Hey everybody, Johan Magnusson here, Big Swede Barbecue, and today we're smoking Wild Boar Meatballs on the Green Mountain Grill. So the first thing that we want to do is season the wild boar meat. So let's get started with that. So we're going to start with 1 pound of ground wild boar meat. Then we're going to crack a whole egg into it, and we're going to add about ½ a cup of breadcrumbs. So when I cook farm-raised animals, I like to use the traditional barbecue flavors, but when I get wild game meat, I want to go with flavors that really enhance the gaminess. So rosemary, thyme, sage, juniper, and that's what we're going to infuse these wild boar meatballs with. Start by adding salt, pepper, garlic. We're going to use our badass Texas boost because it has those ingredients, but you can add a tablespoon of basically any SPG rub. Next, you want to finely chop about ½ a tablespoon of rosemary and add to the mix. Next, you want to do the same thing with ½ a tablespoon of sage, ½ a tablespoon of thyme, and then finally we want to grind 10 juniper berries and add. Last but not least, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of pork lard. All the ingredients have now been added, so it's time to put on the gloves. And then I like to mix this by hand. I think you get a better feel for it. And then after we've done that, it's time to start shaping them into beautiful little meatballs. So I've shaped the wild boar meatballs and I've placed them on an elevated baking rack. That will ensure better air circulation, but also infuse the wild boar meatballs with more smoke flavors. So now we're going to set up the Green Mountain Grill 225. We're going to use oak pellet and we're going to smoke these until they reach an inner temperature of 160 degrees. So while we're waiting for the wild boar meatballs to get finished, it's time to make the side dressing. And we're going to make a dressing with some sheep yogurt and some sweet chili. It's a super simple recipe. You need 2 cups of sheep milk yogurt. You need 2 tablespoons of sweet chili sauce, 1 tablespoon of hot sauce, and 1 tablespoon of our badass veggie boost. Stir this together and set aside in the fridge until needed. So it's been about an hour now and the wild boar meatballs look and smell amazing. Now you have a choice. You can either eat them as is, or you can pan-sear them a little bit more in order to get even better gamey flavors out of it. So we're gonna do the latter. Melt a couple of tablespoons of butter, add some sprigs of thyme and rosemary and some crushed garlic. Then you wanna add the wild boar meatballs and toss for a couple of minutes. Remember, you don't really wanna cook the meatballs anymore. You just wanna give them a beautiful sear. And that is how you make smoked wild boar meatballs with a spicy dipping sauce on the Green Mountain Grill. Now, if you like this recipe, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or check out our website, www.bigsweetbarbecue.com. And I think the only thing left for me to do now is to try the wild boar meatballs, do a little dip, and see what they taste like. Oh, come on. Great flavor, some heat from the dipping sauce, and a lot of gamey flavors from the wild boar meatballs. Hope you try this at home. Happy grilling.